Stop number 4 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Atlanta Motor Speedway, Hot Atlanta, for today's running of the Motorcraft 500s. We have 50 laps of racing on this 1.522 mile racetrack. That's the old Atlanta. Some people wonder why I never used the new Atlanta. Well, I'm old school. What do you expect, right? So that's enough said. Anyway, we're here today for the first of two business here on Atlanta. Here we'll be back here for the season finale, the Napa Auto Parts 500. But this is the fourth race of the season, and still early on in the year. On the pole for the first time this season, also the first pole of the season for Buick this season, it is Ryan George, car number 12. The Mrs. Buick, qualifying at a speed of 186 miles an hour. He, alongside of him, is a rookie, Tori Gossett, car 21, in the sit go forward, her best start this season. Row 2, it's car 33, Nathan Orman, the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile, excuse me. Beside him is car number 9, Jessica Shelton, in a Coors Light Milling Ford. She has one of her 3 in-car cameras in today's race. Third row has car number 5, Austin Reed, coming up fresh off of that great run he had at Richmond. Beside him is Noah Sewell, car number 8, the Snickers Buick. Row number 4, it's car 17, Raphael LeDuc in the Western Auto Chevrolet, and beside him, Dylan Poteet, 94, to Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile. Row number 5, it's car 25, Colin Cropley in a Kodiak Chevrolet, alongside number 24, Phil Parker, the Raging Cajun, the Team 3 Pontiac. Row 6, it's car number 22, Mitchell Hodak in the Maxwell House Ford, fresh off of that big victory he had at Richmond, where he won his first ever career event there. He's beside car 27. That is Daniel Voiles in the Rob Moroso Memorial Oldsmobile. Next row is car 49, the Interstate Batteries Buick of Reggie Fogelman. Beside him is the California Crusher, Charles Sanford, in the Big Apple Markets Chevrolet, car 71. Next row, car 15, starting P15, Quentin Moore in the Motorcraft 40s, alongside number 66. That is the car of Eric Monaco. Quentin has our second in-car camera in today's race. Going to row number 9, it's car 43, Mike Becker, and beside him is number 18, Ryan Brommer, off to a good start this season so far for the number 18 Navy team. Next row down is a pair of yellow cars, Ben Cohen in car 68, and car number 4, William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Next row down is car 75, another yellow car. It's Laura Chung. Beside her is car number 6, Cody McGurk in the Folgers Ford. Next row down is car number 55, Chris Dollerton in the Jasper Engines Pontiac, and beside him number 98, Matt McIntyre in the Banquet Frozen Food Chevrolet. Next row, number 11, Kat Batson in the Budweiser Ford, and beside her is car number 2, Dylan Young, in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, compared to the Battle of the Beer Wagons on that row. Next row down is car number 1, Trent Dunham, and number 52, Seth Cole, a pair of Tweenix Racing buddies. Next row down is number 90, Caleb Fogler, and beside him will be number 42, the winner at Rockingham, Kyle Matthews. Next row down is number 19, Jackson Haywood, the Tyson Holly Farms Ford. Beside him, the Daytona 500 champion, Cole Deaver, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, car number 3. Next down is number 28, Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford. Beside him is our third in-car camera, Joshua Osborne, the Quaker State Buick, car 26. Next down is number 73, Carson Gum in the Slim Fast Oldsmobile. He's alongside number 10, that is Alexander Rowe in the Peter Later Chevrolet. Next down is number... Next row down is number 7. That is the AK Racing Ford of sorry, I'm bad with names today. Aubrey Scott. Beside Aubrey is car 30 is Zachary Fitzwater in the Pennzoil Pontiac. Starting shotgun is Rob Evans in car 20, and the other Rob Moroso Memorial Oldsmobile. This one a white car. So that's your starting lineup for today's running of the Motorcraft 500 here. And the qualifying speed's very, very closely bunched up, so we should be able to see some good racing here today on this mile-and-a-half racetrack, the first mile-and-a-half track this season. And here comes the command to fire the engines for today's race here at Atlanta.
3, 2, 1, gentlemen, start your engines. 4, 5,
Command given to party engines as we're set for racing here today at Atlanta, and here as the pace car racing field off of pit road. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Well, the fields have a lap away from the green flag. We already have action. Dylan Young has been teleported on the pit road, and here's what happened to Dylan Young on the start as they were coming off pit road. Watch Dylan here. He's on the outside of the 11 car of Kat Batson, and she just drives right into Dylan Young and spins him out on the pace lap. And already some damage to the Trent Dunham cars. Caleb Vogler, you saw him run over some debris here. Meanwhile, the pace car's on the pit road with Dylan Young still on the pit road. That is a tough break for Dylan Young. Meantime, nevertheless, though, we're going to get some green flag. The green flag's going to fall right now, and we're underway at Atlanta. Ryan George leading him down. Tori Gossett and Jessica Shelton trying to give chase there. Shelton trying to pull ahead of Nathan Orman, but we have seen it at Atlanta in previous races here, and of course you remember last time he was here at Atlanta, Quentin Moore won that near dead heat finish over Seth Cole, and Quentin did that from the outside of the racetrack here, coming off turn number 4, just beating out Seth to the start finish line. As they come to the line now, Orman and Ryan George, boy, who led that lap at the start of the show. We may see that all day long here at Atlanta, but it is Ryan George leading the first lap by just inches at the start-finish line. Orman's in second position. Orman having a tough start to the season so far in Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. Orman's won quite a few times in the series before here, as has also the driver behind him. They're only a one-time winner, though. Austin Reed looking for 2 in his career. And first this season, will he get it today? We'll find out. Last lap by for the leader, 184.311 miles an hour would be speeds upwards of over 185 miles an hour here at Atlanta. And Dylan Young has been counted as a did not start, so as we mentioned, a tough break for the number 2 team after getting turned around on the pace, as they're coming up on the banking on the pace lap, and 3 wide for the lead here. Austin Reed trying to go for the lead on Nathan Orman and Ryan George. Tori Gossett back there holding her own on the outside of the racetrack here in the 21 car, a rookie in this series this season. And looks like Austin Reed may lead his first lap of the race here, but here comes Ryan George outside. Nope, Austin Reed led that lap. 3 wide for third place, going into turn number 1 with Rafael LeDuc on the low side, number 17 car. Orman staying strong on the outside lane. He's got the draft off this 12 car of Ryan George. Well, at least he did have the draft on that 12 car. Now Ryan pulls back ahead of Gossett in the 21 machine as they come down the backstretch into turn 3. Colin Cropley up there in the number 25 car with Mitchell Hodak behind him. Cropley's been happy with his teammates this season so far, though, but not happy with his own car, as he is off to a rugged start in these first 3 laps of the season so far. And but he and that's the guy who expects a lot from his team, including his own. And and they'll get it figured out. But right now, running in the top 10 right now, trying to get past Jessica Shelton for position there. Shelton getting a draft off that 21 car of Gossett. Meantime, clocked 5th position the last time by that for that number 9 car as they come in turn number 1 and 2. Meantime, Ryan George and Austin Reed just absolutely trading that lead back and forth between the 12 and the 5. Chevrolet on the low side, Buick on the high side there. Remember, as we mentioned, Ryan George, the first Buick to win a pole this season in this Cup Series. Now Austin Reed pulls ahead to take the lead here as they go into turn number 1. On board with Jessica Shelton in car number 9, running right now, as you see right there, up ahead of her is Nathan Orman in 33 and Tori Gossett in 21. Colin Cropley ahead, and also in 25. See how fast Jessica goes down the track there. 182, 183 miles an hour to turn number 1. And actually down to 177 miles an hour in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And look at the RPMs. You talk about this. We always mention in Atlanta, this track is an engine builder's nightmare. You saw the tachometer down up to about 8,700 RPMs for Jessica, and down about 7,900 in the middle of 3 and 4. 186 miles an hour to turn number 1 goes Sheldon, about 80, and again about 8,700 RPMs. And it's all, and the gearing in these cars it depends on it. And the amount of RPMs you want to turn on these cars depends on what kind of gearing you put in these machines. On these cars there, it depends on how much you want to gear the car for. If you want to gear the car for a conservative amount of RPMs, or if you want to go all out on the engine department there, make some more horsepower. The risk, of course, you take if you want to make more horsepower, obviously, is you take more of a chance of blowing it up. So obviously it's a fine line for the crews to set the cars up. Obviously, at any track we go to on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. But Atlanta, as we mentioned, very, very as we mentioned, Atlanta, one of the tracks that's considered an engine builder's nightmare. Michigan's kind of the same way too, as well as Charlotte. We'll be heading to those two tracks a little bit later on this season here. Austin Reed trying to take the lead from Nathan Orman. Orman led the last time by in that 33 machine. And I tell you what, we cannot take our eyes off that front position right there, because it is changing constantly. And you got some new players up there. How about Richie Fogelman? 49 car to the low side. He's another surprise up there in the field. In fact, trying to get by the pole sitter Ryan George as they come down the back stretch here, or front stretch. Boy, laps go by quick in Atlanta. You don't know which side of the track you're on. Here, wait till we get to Bristol, 2 races from now. But Fogelman now trying to get by Ryan George here, a battle of the Buicks there now, trying to get by the 17 car of Rafael LeDuc, who's now been moved to the high side. And look who's coming there at number 15, Quentin Moore, the defending series champion in that Motorcraft Ford, and he's now up to the lead now, or up to lead pack here. Dylan Young back on the racetrack right now, so he obviously did not start after all. And trouble in turn 1! Nathan Orman and Colin Cropley has crashed. Caution number 1 flying on lap number 14 of this event. Well, I tell you, Cropley is not going to be happy with the season at all. Neither is Orman for that fact too. And I'd say those two are going to have some words in the garage area over that deal. Dylan Young stays ahead of Austin Reed. Reed will win race back to the start-finish line. Take a look as to what happened in turn number 1. They got it 3 wider. And Cropley just hooks the 33 and bang! And they were battling for about second place when that happened too. Some of the cars went down on the flat to try to avoid the wreckage in there. But I say Orman's not real happy with Cropley on that one. And probably if you ask Cropley, if you ask Cropley, if Cropley asks me if I care, you'll probably get a big no out of him on that one. And Cropley obviously out of the race, so Cropley's season from HE double hockey sticks continues on that one this season here. And like I said, he's probably going to make some personnel changes to his crew, I would imagine. Nathan Orman now coming back on the track right now, or actually coming on the pit road as well too. 55 miles an hour on the pit road speed limit here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As he will take the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile to pit road. We'll be back for the restart right after this. It is Austin Reed, your leader here in Atlanta. Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, field's now about to come off turn number 2 here as we're about to restart. As we'll get the restart on lap number 19 of the event. It's 17 laps in the books and 33 to go here in Atlanta. There's Dylan Young to the low side of the number 2 car. You remember he got turned by Cat Batson on the pace lap as they were coming off pit road. And Dylan Young, I say had plenty of time for him to cool his temper down. I say right now he's not real happy with the 11 car right now. So I say so I think we have at least 2 big discussions in the garage area after the race is over here. But Young currently right now is 4 laps down in 39th position. Colin Crowley already out of race with a camshaft failure on the number 25 Kodiak Chevrolet. So the team will obviously prepare for Darlington, which is next on the tour. Austin Reed's your leader. Second position is Mitchell Hodak. Third is Reggie Fogelman. Fourth is Rafael Leduc. Quentin Moore's fifth. Sixth is Ryan George. Seventh is Mike Becker. Eighth is Laura Chung. Ninth, Tori Gossett. And 10th position is Cody McGurk in car number 6. Green flag back out. Lap number 40. Lap number 19 here in Atlanta. Fast lap of race so far set by Carson Gum at 186.761 miles an hour. Top 10 cars all over at 186 miles an hour here in Atlanta. We said the laps here are usually pretty fast here in this racetrack here, and especially if you're in the draft. And of course, the draft the track here, the draft and the track are like this here in Atlanta. Much like how you play it out at Daytona and Talladega. And 3 wide once again. Oh, Leduc gets very close to Reggie Fogelman. Quentin Moore says, sorry that you two got together, but I'll take those 2 positions away from you. Leduc's probably saying right now, over my dead body, Quentin. And then look at this here, very close on the backstretch. And Rafael Leduc in a very vulnerable position, come off turn number 4. Oh, I thought he was going to come up and just try to squeeze in between the 15 and the 43 cars there, but that would not have been a smart move of going through the turns. He has the room to do so now, but my gosh, that was plenty darn close here between the 17 and the 43 and the 49 cars. Here, as you come down the backstretch now, look, here, Austin Reed still leads this race there, but here comes that 15, Quentin Moore. I bet you that's the same setup he had that when he won this race, when he won the finale last season here in that number 15 car. And who led that lap? It was Quentin by just a smidgen over Austin Reed. And he's going to have Rafael Leduc behind him in second position. They're the only Canadian in the field. The number 17 Western Auto Chevrolet. Some slicing and dicing going on back there. And almost 3 wide here. And oh, Cody McGurk and Tori Gossett getting pretty darn close there. Like we saw Leduc and Becker do a little bit earlier here, just about a minute ago. Trying to get that outside lane to work right there. Gossett's hooked in behind the 12 car of Ryan George. That was the front row for this event. Meantime, Cody McGurk back there in 6th car. Dylan Poteet in 94. There's the 11 car, the aforementioned Kat Batson there. They're trying to get by Jessica Shelton in car number 9. Back on board with Jessica Shelton in the number 9 machine. Jessica right now clocked in the 13th position right now in car number 9. There's our second in-car camera, Quentin Moore, 15 Motorcraft machine. He's running right now 3rd in the field. Trying to push Rafael Leduc to the lead here, but not if Mike Becker's got anything to say about that. And Quentin's got the best seat in the house for that battle. Look at this here, guys. Atlanta always brings some exciting action for us here in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. And it brought us some 2 very sterling races last season, including that tremendous finale we had for season 34. And it looks like we're going to see more of the same here in season 35 there, as Becker now goes to the lead here. But here comes Mitchell Hodak in car number 22 to the low side, going for 2 in a row. He won at Richmond. And he leads to the halfway home lap here. 25 down, 25 to go here at Atlanta. Becker's in second position, and William Brock in car 4. Up to number 3 spot now with Noah Sewell. The 8 car right there behind too. You remember Sewell and Hodak both finished in the top 5 at Richmond for the Cropley team. Hodak won the race, and Sewell finished in 5th in that event. Number 8 Snickers Buick. Looking pretty strong here today again here in Atlanta, but we still got, like I said, we still got a half a race left in the event. Where's our third in-car camera, you might ask, in this race here? We already rode inside 2 of them. Well, there's our third one right there in the back. That's car 26, Joshua Osborne. And here's a look from inside his Quicker State Buick. Joshua right now running in 29th the last time by. This time by, let's see what he's at this time by. Joshua currently now in still 29th in the field here. Running right there behind Charles Sanford and Ryan Brommer. Carson Gunn up ahead, as well as Alexander Rowe and the 42 of Kyle Matthews. Keith Batson trying to get by as well too in car 28. There he is. That black and red 28 there on the left side. Trying to get past Osborne, a pair of motor oil cars here. Keith Batson for Haviland and Texaco, and Joshua Osborne for Quaker State. And also throw a third motor oil car in there with Pennzoil there with the car of Zachary Fitzwater. Meantime, up ahead also too, you got the Daytona 500 champion back there, Cole Deaver. He right now sits 23rd and trying not to lose that spot to the 10 car. And comes up with that 90 car, Caleb Bogler, pretty quick. Daniel Voiles back there. Voiles in 19th position in the 27 machine. We'll make that 21st right now as he tries to get past the 6th car of Cody McGurk. Ryan George, Jessica Shelton, and Tori Gossett, those three who were up there about a minute ago, they slid about mid-pack. Meantime, Dunham trying to shove Shelton by Gossett now as they come up through the 3rd and 4th turns now. And Shelton now says, out of the way, Ryan. In the turn number 1 they come here, and Jessica says, see ya, Ryan. And she gets past the 12 car. And now they're going to line them up. So they're going to pace this race and start it all over again at over 180 miles an hour. Some tremendous action here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As we said, this track seldom disappoints on a circuit. It looks like this season is going to be more of the same as we saw last season in this series here. And 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Finally, Eric Monaco and Mitchell Hodak thought better of it, as did LeDuc and Dollarton. And how about Chris Dollarton, the 55 car, making his comeback season there? As we mentioned, he's already in the Winston at Charlotte by virtue of him being the season 10 champion in this series in Jasper Engine's Pontiac, so he doesn't have to race. So he's not going to have to race his way in via the Winston Open when we get to Charlotte. And Dalton right now currently sitting in the top 10 right now. He currently clocked in last time by in 6th position. And oh, Monaco and Kat Madsen getting darn closer. They're getting a little bit cozy in turn 1, and Monaco's car getting a little bit loose in the middle of 1 and 2. And Dalton's going to bring Jessica Shelton with him in that number 9 car. Shelton making her way through the field rather quick. In typical Jessica fashion, she is back up. She was in mid-pack, and now she's back up to near the front now. Eighth place is where car number 9 sits right now, and also to give a call to the 68 car. How about Ben Cohen? He finished 9th in the race at Rockingham. He's only top 10 in the season this season. And could be on his way to another one if he can keep where he's at right now. That Country Time Oldsmobile, that bright yellow Pontiac, or bright yellow Oldsmobile, excuse me. Trent Dunham also behind it in number 1 car. Cole Deaver is making his way back into the field as well too. But right now it is car number 8, Noah Sewell. Out in front there, Bill Parker. How about that 24 car? Up to 2nd place right now, but here comes number 11, Kat Batson. Dylan Poteet right up there too, and the number 94 car, the first ever series champion in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, won it in season 1. And Poteet's going to try to make a 3-1 for 2nd place here through turns 1 and 2 they come. Oldsmobile low side, Ford on the middle, Pontiac on the high side, and here comes Dalton's going to shove Poteet, and now Poteet's going for the lead. Dylan Poteet from about 5th to 1st in one fell swoop, maybe, but here comes Sewell on the outside. He's going to lead that lap over Poteet. But when he gets into turn number 1, Poteet's going to maybe try to get the draft off that 55 car, Dalton. And it's going to be a drag race through that first and second turns now. Poteet has a slight advantage right now of that second turn here. 3 wide between Monaco, Cat Batson, and the 4 car of William Brock. This is not going to end pretty for that 11 car. I would imagine right here, maybe in a minute, if things go awry. Still 3 wide there into turn number 1. 3 wide now, 2 rows deep. Boy, they're playing it very sketchy here at this track here. And in the meantime, the 9048 car still side by side. Oldsmobile low side, Buick on the high side there. And meantime, Monaco inside of the 11 car of Cat Batson. And he'll take the position away, and he'll bring Jessica Shelton with him in that number 9 car. Shelton appears to be going nowhere at this point there, but she's still got that draft on the 66 car here. And there, you get these cars side by side in packs in a pack like this here in Atlanta. Every time we go here, boy, it's just a guess on who leads from one lap to the next on the track. As we said, it's much like Daytona and Talladega. It's anybody's guess as to who leads from one lap to the next. And like I said, we'll be seeing that likely when we come back when we go to Talladega for the Winston 500 a little bit later on this season. Race number 10 on the tour, or race number 9, I should say, at Talladega. Poteet shoves the Sewell car up the high side now, backstretch again. This time by becoming the 10 laps to go at a very fast-paced Motorcraft 500, averaging 151.864 miles an hour. To see what the average is this time by as we complete 40 laps in the books and 10 laps to go at Atlanta, averaging 152.468 after 40 laps. Poteet has not won a race in a long time. Noah Sewell has never won a race in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Can he become another first-time winner? Eric Monaco, another driver who's never won in this series before. He's up there in contention. Don't count that 66 car out just yet. Neither with the 68 car of Ben Cohen. He also, like Eric Monaco and the 8 car of Noah Sewell, he also has not won a race. But then again, it's Ben Cohen's 4th ever start in the series, as is Tori Gossett's for that fact. But Gossett's now faded out of the picture at this point, as she has now faded back to the 32nd position right now, so no factor right now for that 21 car. But anyway, so you got 3 cars in the top 10. That's got the potential of winning their first ever races in their careers. And then you got one who's not won then you got 2 drivers who's not won in a long time, that being Darton and Poteet. Cat Batson also hasn't won in a long time in the number 11 car. So it's anybody's guess right now at this point there. Are we coming back to complete the 43rd lap? We now have 7 to go here in Atlanta. And Sewell again beats Poteet to the line. And that time by 200ths of a second between those 2 cars. There are 2 Pontiacs side by side in behind the Oldsmobile and the Buick. Boy, just tremendous stuff here. Sewell back up again on the high side there, has a slight advantage on Poteet, and it looks like he's going to complete that lap again, but Poteet, not if he can help it. And this time, Sewell, if he can clear Poteet, will take the lead again. He could have come down there and blocked him, but Poteet again comes down that low side. Stand by for yet another good finish here at Atlanta. We've had plenty of them in this series. Side by side once again between the 8 and the 94 cars. Sewell again's going to beat him to the line this time by. He's been beating them every lap so far. That bodes well for Sewell if this comes down between those 2 for the win. But now Sewell does not have the drafting help from Parker at this point here. Poteet down the backstretch again there. He's going to try once again in turn number 3. This time he's got more of a help from Darton than Sewell does from Parker. Boy, it's close. It is really close. And now Dalton says to heck with Poteet. I'm going to go with Sewell now. And now Ryan, and now the 11 car, Cat Bets, and she's going to go with Poteet. And now Noah Sewell, he goes down, come down. Sewell trying to come down and block Poteet right there, and he's going to do so, come out that 4 turns, and Sewell now takes the lead now with now 3 laps remaining. Are we going to have yet another first-time winner? We'll find out here in about 2.5 laps. Backstretch they come again right there. So far, a Chevrolet won the first race, a Pontiac won the second race, and a Ford won the third race. Can we have a 4th different manufacturer in the 4th race of the season? There, pull it off here. We could have if either Sewell or Poteet wins, it'll be one for Buick or Oldsmobile. But here comes that 94. Poteet's gonna make it one more try at it again. Dylan Poteet, low side. Noah Sewell on the high side. It's going to be either a first-time winner or a driver who has not won in a long time. The white flag waves. One more lap remaining at Atlanta. This is the last lap of the race, folks. Noah Sewell, car number 8 out in front. Poteet in second position now. Down the backstretch, Sewell blocks the line of Poteet as they come down the backstretch in the 3rd turn now. Noah Sewell pulls ahead. Poteet's going to give it one last ditch effort as they go through the 3rd and 4th turns now. It's not going to be enough. And how about another first-time winner? Noah Sewell wins the Motorcraft 500. Noah Sewell in the number 8 Snickers Buick goes to victory lane and a 2nd straight first-time winner in this series. 4 for 4 on the season, and 2nd straight win for the Cropley Motorsports team. Last year at Richmond, it was Mitchell Hodak, and now it's Noah Sewell who adds his name to the winners list, averaging 157.297 miles an hour, and chalk one up for the Buick nameplate in the victory lane here this season, as Noah Sewell wins the Motorcraft 500 entered at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But I tell you can't say Dylan Poteet did not try in these last 10 laps of that race. Just tremendous racing here. But for Poteet to shot for victory, we'll have to come another race here. Boy. Well, I tell you, like I said, Atlanta has had some sterling races in these last in previous race seasons. I tell you what, there, but that was another good one here. Rest of the top 10 for you here. Chris Dollerton ends up finishing 3rd. 4th will go to Cat Batson. 5th to Phil Parker. 6th to Eric Monaco. Rafaela Duke 7th. 8th will go to William Brock. 9th Mitchell Hodak, and Ben Cohen ends up finishing in 10th position. So 3 of the Cropley cars ends up finishing in the top 10 here today. A 1st, a 9th, and a 10th. Here, I tell you, like I said, Colin's got to be happy with his crop of drivers right now. No pun intended. 11th to go to Carson Gum. 12th to Cole Bieber. Jessica Shelton 13th. Trent Dunham 14th. Seth Cole ends up finishing 15th position. Alexander Rowe 16th. Aubrey Scott 17th. 18th to go to Daniel Voiles. 19th to Austin Reed. And Cody McGurk ends up finishing in 20th. 21st to Charles Sanford. Laura Chung 22nd. 23rd will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Jackson Haywood 24th. 25th will go to Ryan Brommer. Keith Batson 26th. Kyle Matthews 27th. Matt McIntyre 28th. Ryan George 29th. The pole sitter of the event. And Joshua Osborne will end up finishing 30th. 31st will go to Caleb Vogler. Tori Gossett, the outside pole sitter, who was right up there for a while. After getting into a crash with Nathan Orman in the last of the race right here. But a big win for Noah Sewell as he gets his first win in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, with Dylan Poteet finishing 2nd in the event there. Just a tremendous duel to the line. And what more can I say for that one right there? So that will do it here today in the Castrol GTX Cup Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway here. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got in our races, we got gaming videos, we got in our online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires to have for our channel, be sure to check out Seth's Store Sell Cup Series, the main series on his channel. If you want in on future seasons of Seth Series, be sure to get with Seth and he'll get you going on that one. And if you also want in on, and if you want also check out our other two channels that does NNSCRA offline. Those channels being X867539855X and Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. And also check out the channel that Dylan Young is also collaborating and doing with Kyle Matthews called We the Coasters. If you are a huge roller coaster / theme park fan, then We the Coasters is a channel for you, and be sure to subscribe to that channel and also subscribe to this channel you're watching here, the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel, for some cool NNSCRA stuff as well too. NNSCRA offline racing, online racing, gaming, whatever Seth desires to have for his channel. So that will do it here today at Atlanta. Well, for now, James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA celebrating 11 years of off-road racing. We'll see you at Darlington for the Love's Travel Stop 500.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?